Shalom Israel, all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakha Kodash, the ones, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who rule well, peace, salutations, and blessings to the elect, pushing the word across the four corners of earth. All right, and just a quick clip. So Israelis singing the national anthem as the four fallen hostages arriving in the forensic center in Tel Aviv. Yeah, we have to make sure our speech is seasoned with salt when we address certain topics which the internet is sensitive about. And you have certain Christians who acknowledge the people in the state of Israel as the true people of God. And you have certain people who certain Christians who believe in replacement theology. All right? And one thing's for sure, two things for certain, none of them understand prophecy. It's Isaiah 2. And let's see what prophecy says in 2. It shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. Right? We're in the last days of the age of the Gentiles, right? Which is going to also synonymously be the beginning of the kingdom of heaven. Right? When the scriptures talk about a world, what does it say? The present evil world pass away. And it says what? I've made the, let me just go to it. I don't want to paraphrase. Straight. This is 2nd Esdras 8:1. Yeah, I guess that version on my sword didn't have 2nd Esdras. Then he answered me, saying, the Most High have made this world for many, but the world to come for few. I will tell thee a similar to Esdras, as when thou askest the earth, it shall say unto thee that it giveth much mold whereof earthen vessels are made, but little dust that gold cometh. Even so is the course of this present world. There be many created, but few shall be saved. Right? And that gold, man, that's what the Lord is looking for. That fire alloy gold. Right? These lively stones. You know, the Lord is about to pluck his men out of that fire after that number is completely sealed and those men are built up. So jumping back, when you see in Isaiah 2:2, like I said, I'm going to read it again. It shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. That one mountain above all, it represents Israel. Right? The mountain of the Lord's house, in the top of the mountains, in the top of all governments. Right? It's not going to be no back and forth action like what's going on now. There's going to be no Iron Dome. None of that. And many people shall go and say, come ye, and let us go to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the power of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. And out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. And where is Yahushua? Where is King David? You know, where are these people at? Where are all the things that the Lord promised? You know, everlasting kingdom. Still got heathens over there, you know, wiping them people out. Shouldn't be, you know, any back and forth. Verse 4, and he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift sword against nation, neither shall they learn war any more. right? So nation shall not lift up sword against nation. All that stuff is going to be done. You know, we're gonna be set up right, and that's what we're waiting on. That's what we're waiting on, right? For the Lord to exalt us. Those people in that land, they're not waiting to be exalted. They're not going to be exalted. They're going to be abased. All right, and this is a verse 4. This is a quote of was it Micah 4:3? Yeah, because if you beat your swords and the plowshares, that means you have a certain amount of metals which you use to make weaponry and all that stuff. That's why Esau's getting that stuff together now. They're trying to get certain metals from Ukraine, rare earth metals. Then, of course, you got your gold. And that's easy exchange. Right now, the nations, it says, basically let the weak say, I am strong right now. The opposite is happening. They're beating their plowshare into a sword. Plowshare is a farming instrument. But shit, if your land is destroyed and you destroyed, shit, you don't need no damn plowshare or pruning hook, to cut something down, cut a piece of fruit off. So you beat that into a sword or to a spear, like it says. Right? The nations are still learning war. They can still buy NATO ornaments or what is it? I just put in Warsaw Pact ornaments in the images. And like when the Soviet Union collapsed, basically they was selling off a lot of equipment and a lot of stuff. They were actually selling off submarines at a certain point. That's what that speech was. Gorbachev, take that wall down. I didn't think it was Gorbachev. Excuse me if it wasn't. It's a little before my time, but you get the point. Yeah, it was Mr. Gorbachev. Right, verse 5, it says, O house of Jacob, come ye and let us walk in the white light of the Lord. And we know what's going to happen. Ezekiel 39, the state of Israel is going to be destroyed. That land has to be purified. And then it talks about they're going to gather up the weapons. They're going to bury the dead. And yeah, right now the Middle East is unifying. All right, starting with the money system. Got a lot of BRICS nations. You got a lot of nations. The Lord is putting the spirit on to rise up against America and the NATO NATO in the West. All right, but that's basically the point. When we see all these different images that continue to confirm to us that the elect ain't in their right place yet, and that's why we continue to pray. We continue to labor to bring out the words of this gospel, break down these things, and continue to understand, so we can feed the sheep and we can feed the lambs. So continue to watch, continue to pray. Shalom to the elect.